Welcome back, guys, to another video. You got Misfit Chris here, and today we're going to be going over some pickups that I've gotten in the past couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to show you guys. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started with these pickups. So I was out at Ross yesterday, and I've been seeing these come back up, these Tiger handhelds, and they're pretty nostalgic. I remember seeing these when I was a kid. I think I owned maybe one or two of them when I was a kid, but yeah. So, I mean, they take two AA batteries, and I think it's really cool that they redid these. It's more of a gimmick than anything, a nostalgia thing. But, for $8 at Ross, you can't go wrong, right? And then I was at Ross, and, when you're at Ross, you don't expect to pick up something like this. So the side of the box was pretty beat up when I got it, but everything was fine. I'm actually sitting on the stool right now. I'll run a little B-roll. So you guys can see it, all put together and everything. But yeah, so $50, like half price from normal. So I thought that was super cool. And yeah, so I have, you guys, if you've been following me on the channel, I have two arcade one-ups, so this goes perfect with that. I only had one stool that my wife custom did for me, so now I have two. So I have two stools for both my arcade one-ups, so now I'm set. So let's see, what's up next? So I got that yesterday. That was Black Friday here on Guam yesterday, so we're actually a day ahead of you guys in the States if you're watching stateside. And then I picked up Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo. This is a great game. It's done by Konami, same ones that do Turtles in Time, Contra for the Super Nintendo. So they had this at $15 at this local computer store where I live, and they had a $5 off on it. So this is $10. Usually goes for $25. So yeah, super been wanting to put this into the collection, and I got a really good price on it. So I've always loved Batman, and I thought the graphics were amazing for back in the day. I thought Konami did a really good job on this Batman, and they were just really good at beat 'em ups. They were really good at TMNT, and this isn't as good as TMNT, but it's very similar, the mechanics and the beat 'em up style. And I absolutely love the movie. Anything to do with Batman is right up my alley. So this Batman right here. I have other ways to play it, but I prefer playing on original hardware. And this was a little bit of a rough copy. The label was really good on this cartridge, but the back was like bubbled. I think that happens with the humidity here on Guam. But yeah, I just love the mechanics of this game. And I thought this is a great Batman game. Like, the Game Gear version isn't anything like it. And I think the Sega Genesis version isn't anything like this either. And it's not very good either. So this is the definitive Batman Returns game to play from back in the day. Happy about that one. And then let's see, what else did we get here? So recently I picked up Lethal Enforcer 1 and 2. Let me take it out of these bags so you can really see it good. So here's Lethal Enforcer 1, Lethal Enforcer 2. So I got 1 and 2. Lethal Enforcer 1 and 2 for Sega Genesis. I've really been on the Sega train lately. So, and I heard these are pretty darn good games. And so the reason I got those actually is because I got these controllers. And so these controllers right here, I got them and they worked on screen. But they didn't work with Lethal Enforcer. Unfortunately, it has a Sega plug, so they're responsive, but they don't work with the game. So if anybody knows how to make these work, I would really appreciate it. I mean, they must work with something for Sega. So yeah, if anybody knows how to make them work, or what they work with, let me know down in the comments, please. So here I am playing Lethal Enforcers 2. This is my very first time trying this game out. So since those light guns didn't work that I just showed you, I went ahead and got the Konami light gun that's made for this game. I'm playing with the Sega Genesis controller right now, and it's hard. Like, you know, there's no way to play light gun games without the light gun. I mean, playing with the controller is lame. But yeah, so I got the controller and it's on its way, and it's going to probably make this game a lot more funner to play. But I mean, honestly, these old light gun games, especially like on the Sega Genesis and, you know, like the Super Scope for the Super, they're just amazing, man. And this is the definitive way to play Lethal Enforcer. I heard that the color palette's a little bit better on the Super Nintendo version, but, you know, this version is not censored, and the Super Nintendo version is. So the name of that gun, though, for this game is called the Justifier for Lethal Enforcer. And I thought that was funny, the Justifier. But yeah, as you can see, I'm sucking pretty bad here. This is my very first time playing. And also, I'm on the control pad, which sucks. So, but I'm really looking forward to playing with the Justifier, the official light gun for this game. So we got those. And then, let's see, what else did I pick up? Tetris Challenge. So I got this, picked this up for a couple of bucks by Capcom. It's actually it should say Disney, because that's what it is. Magical Tetris Challenge is actually a Disney Tetris game. It's all mixed up and kind of weird and stuff, but it's cool. It's cool that Capcom did it, and yeah, super stoked to have that one. So here's the Magical Tetris. So I love me some Tetris, man. Tetris is one of my all-time favorites. The very first time I ever played it was on the Game Boy. And this is really a nice, like, new, like, spin, kind of like way to spin Tetris. And that's cool to see some of the Disney characters out there on the side. It kind of reminds me of Puzzle Fighters from, you know, like Super Turbo Puzzle Fighters. There, I got it out. So this one is kind of a trip because there's non-traditional Tetris blocks that kind of come down, as you'll see here in a minute. And, you know, the object of the game is to get the Tetris. And then there's like some other game modes and options as well. So that, you know, they gave you a lot of like different options with this game. And, you know, so it would have been nice. I mean, this is the N64, and this is basically just basic Tetris, other than the fact, you know, it's got a cool little animation that you saw go by there. So, you know, it's got some cool little animations and stuff. But, you know, the most unique part about this game is the different blocks that they throw in, you know. And, but, you know, I mean, it being Disney and all and everything makes it super cool just to see Disney characters involved in a game of Tetris. But I don't know what the box says, the original box, but, you know, they should have promoted Disney, like, on it better, I think, on the cartridge or something, you know, so you kind of know that it's Disney, because on the cartridge, you don't even know it's Disney. And then, so the guns, Tetris, and these two games, I think I picked them up all for under $10. So I got these two, you know, I already had these in the collection, so, but, you know, when you see these, just grab them, right? Can't go wrong with those two. A little bit of Street Fighter, a little bit of Super Mario World. Can't leave that to just sit there. And then went to a sweet yard sale, and I got Super Mario Bros. U for the Wii U. And then I got Pinkman for the Wii U. I actually already own that game, but I have it loose, I think. And then, let's see what else we got here. So, I got God of War Ragnarok. I'm playing through the first one right now, man. And the first one is freaking awesome. So, I still haven't played this yet. I'm really looking forward to it. And, yeah. So, I mean, I can't believe the graphics on that game. That game's already, like, old, you know, like a 3 or 4 year old game, right? So, I mean, the graphics are amazing. And, you know, I heard that on this game, they weren't even really able to really tap into the PS5 graphics, you know, to like make them, you know, better and all that. It does have the trigger feedback, though. So, you know, it has the haptic feedback in the PS5 controller, which is cool. So heck yeah. So I got that day one release. And then recently I picked me up a Sega Genesis for 15 bucks. Cleaned up the whole thing, washed the thing with soap, cleaned out the ports. Looking real good. And then I installed these. I installed a new AV port and a new power port. And it works perfectly. So I am very stoked to have this Model 2. Because I have a Model 1, but I've been wanting... This is the one I grew up playing on. Right here. And, so yeah, it's just a short video today, guys. You know, I just wanted to, you know, get on YouTube, you know, because I haven't put out a video recently, you know. And I just wanted to show you guys, you know, some of the stuff that I've been picking up. I've been super, super busy. You know, so, but yeah, thank you so much for coming today and joining me on this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.